Okay, so let's start first with the flow diagram overall to see how the AWS Secret Manager schedules or triggers the Lambda. And the Lambda has list of functionalities that it would do, where it would try to select a specific LLM model, and then it will give a specific prompt. But before giving the prompt, it tells the formatting rule what kind of how the LinkedIn post should be. And once the LLM model, it fetches the relevant response from the LLM model. What this Lambda does is, in order to post it to LinkedIn, we also generate the access tokens, right? So this access tokens would be stored in AWS Secret Manager. And once we fetch that, we send it as a post request to the LinkedIn. So let's see that in the code step by step, right? So first and foremost, let's see the code, and then we would speak about how we need to create, how we can enable the right hand side and all. So first I'll explain the Terraform code, what I have done. So first the main Terraform, where it says that we have a Lambda function, AWS Lambda function, and this Lambda function, the handler is handler dot lambda underscore handler. So the Lambda function is lambda and then handler.py, and then we have a Lambda handler function, right? This Lambda handler function calls a get LinkedIn token. So the get LinkedIn token is here, where it goes to the AWS Secret Manager, and from the AWS Secret Manager it gets a response, and that response, it take it takes the key it takes the key, and from that AWS Secret Manager's key, it gets the value of that key. Huh? So here it is. So this get LinkedIn token is basically getting the Secret Manager's key. So for example, what I mean is, um, let's say secrets is nothing but bot3 client, from the bot3 client, which speaks with the AWS CDK, which is the Secret Manager, the AWS service of Secret Manager. It takes it under the secrets, and then it has a function called get secret value, which expects a secret name. A secret name, I'm trying to fetch it as an environment variable with LinkedIn underscore token underscore secret underscore name. So in the environment variable, if I go under variables, in the environment variable, there is something called LinkedIn token secret name, and then there is LinkedIn secret. So if I can do quickly this, so this is the LinkedIn token secret name, and under variables I have the LinkedIn token secret name, and it tries to fetch from, so this is my Lambda. Under Lambda, if I can go to the configuration, so yeah, LinkedIn token secret name, and this LinkedIn token secret name is nothing but here, the LinkedIn token secret name, and the secret name it fetches is, the value it fetches is the LinkedIn access token. So from this LinkedIn access token, which is here, it gets the secret value. That means it goes to the AWS secret manager and secret, and then as I told you, LinkedIn access token. Under this LinkedIn access token secret, there is a key. The key name is LinkedIn access token key. Huh? So if I can retrieve the secret value, I will not show the complete secret value, but here is the secret key, LinkedIn access token key, right? This is the LinkedIn access token key. And this is the sample code how you can fetch or try to fetch the value from the AWS Secret Manager. Huh? That's what is this functionality all about. Get LinkedIn token. once we get the LinkedIn token, once we get the LinkedIn token to the main lambda underscore handler, what it does is it generates a post in order to post it to LinkedIn, right? So in order to generate the post, first I have my prompt, which I'll be sending it to my model, to my LLM model. Um, this prompt I have ensured that it has a specific tone, it has a length, it has the specific format, what is the title, what is the main content, what is the conclusion, what kind of hashtags I want to use. Everything I have defined in this prompt. And once the prompt is built, I've ensured that I'm calling a specific anthropic version. I'm using here, if I can quickly go in my variables, I'm using here the for the Bedrock, I'm using Anthropic Cloud 3 Haiku version 1.0 as my LLM model. So yeah, once I select this as my LLM model, so for my Anthropic version, my tokens are 200, the role user, the content prompt, and then here is where I'm trying to call the Bedrock invoke model. I'm invoking the model programmatically. And once I invoke the model, I provide the relevant prompt, right? The prompt which has been here in this body. And this body has the content as prompt, which is here, right? The complete prompt. And then the response from the LLM, it provides the response back to the Lambda. So this response is again, I need to get at my Lambda level, which is at my Lambda underscore handler. I have that. And then once I have generated this post from my LLM model, I need to ensure I respond that to the LinkedIn, right? I post it to the LinkedIn. So if I go back to the third function, post to LinkedIn, it basically has the LinkedIn URL and then the payload that is needed. I'll explain about the payload part, how I have generated and all that. The default visibilities, the specific content. The content here is important. The content here is the value which has been passed to this function, and the value which is post is nothing but the generated post, which is the content, which I got it from the previous function, generate post, as well as the token value, the secret token value which I got is here, has been passed as a second parameter. And for this post to LinkedIn, the token, we get the content, we got the token, which has been passed as the header, right? Which has been passed as so just to quickly give you the glance, if I can bring my postman here. So the post request looks something like this, right? The post request has a specific author, which is here author. If you can see the left and right hand side, it has the lifecycle status published, it has the specific content, and then the LinkedIn UGC, the text that you want to really send to as a LinkedIn post. For me, this is dynamically generated because I want to generate this dynamically, which is the response of my LLM model, which is the content, and then the shared media category as none, and the visibility as public because I want it to be seen to everyone else, everyone out there. The important part is the header, where we would give this token, the access token. I'll explain about the access token later in the video. This access token, so we need to have the authorization as the key name. The value would be bearer, followed by space, followed by the actual token. The content type is application slash JSON. The way we communicate the request response, that we want the header response as application JSON, and the X REST LI protocol version as 2.0. So this complete documentation where I have found was here in learnmicrosoft.com for the LinkedIn to share on the LinkedIn. Here I got the complete request body, what I need to send to, the header part, and yeah, the post URL part and the post method, right? So all this information I have got it from this specific link. Now, and whenever I send this request, I'll get the response. So now the question arises, I'll come back on how did I generate the auth token, what exactly the author URN value should be. I'll come back to that because this is something that would be different from for you as well. This is something that would be common, but this value would be different. The author URN, the header token would be different, and you need to generate that. I'll showcase that, or I'll explain about that. And yeah, this is the overall payload, which I've shown you the URL part, and then how you generate the header, and then how you hit um, hit the request from the Lambda to the LinkedIn post with this post URL request. And once you hit that, you get the response, the generate, you typically log that, and then that's it done. This is the overall Lambda handler.py code. Coming back to the main. So here is my Lambda code. Then I'm trying to say that what are the variables that I need. So the variables which I've shown, once I deploy this, I get the variables as Bedrock model ID and the LinkedIn token secret name. So these are my variables. And then the source code hash. The source code hash is basically I have generated the complete Lambda hash here in the lambda.zip. So that is the how I'm hashing it, how I'm hashing the source code, so that once it is deployed, how it will be showed in the how it will be deployed in the as a Lambda function. And yeah, this is the resource for the Lambda function. This is the IAM policy that is needed for my IAM for my Lambda to execute to invoke the model, to invoke the Lambda model, to invoke the LLM model, as well to access the secrets, right? So I'm ensuring that my IAM policy for my Lambda has all the relevant access. This is the code for that. The IAM policy. Exactly, as well the EventBridge scheduler, for the EventBridge schedule, what I want to do. So I want to have a AWS EventBridge scheduler, and this scheduler has a specific rule, right? This, first of all, what is the scheduler name? I have given a custom name as LinkedIn post schedule, and I want a cron job scheduler which says that for me, I had a requirement. I wanted to think that I want to post at every 11 a.m. IST, right? Indian Standard Time. So every 11 a.m. IST, I want to post it. So I've converted this 11 a.m. IST into UTC format, which is 5:30 a.m. And 5:30 I have represented 30, the minutes clock, the hours clock. This is again the when do you want to schedule it, like in the weekly fashion, in the monthly fashion, so on and so forth. So I wanted to do it in the daily fashion. That's the the expression for the cron job. And yeah, this is the code for the event scheduler as well. So if I can quickly share that. uh, no, this, sorry, why am I going to event bridge? Here it is. So yeah, this is the event bridge scheduler, which is LinkedIn post schedule, and how often the schedule job would run, the details of that, and then the CloudWatch event target, as well the required permissions that are needed, the AWS Lambda permissions. In the output, I don't have much. It is Lambda name and the function name. In the variables, what are the different variables that I've given for my Bedrock ID and the LinkedIn secret name? So main.tf, Terraform file, outputs.terraform file, the variables.terraform file. Um, yeah, these are the relevant function files, as well as this is my handler function, the Lambda function which I've written. And in order to run this, what did I do? Just to quickly go and showcase. First, I need to, let's say if I have deleted my zip, so what do I need to do? I'm under this project AI Auto LinkedIn post, AI Auto LinkedIn post. I need to go under Terraform first, and under Terraform I have Lambda. I need to go under Lambda, and under Lambda I need to zip this. So I have written the command already, how I can zip it. So I've zipped it. So if you see, this has generated a lambda.zip file. So once this lambda.zip file is generated, come out to the Terraform folder. Then you do the Terraform plan and then the Terraform apply, right? And then the Terraform apply. It says no change because I have not really changed anything. Yeah, since there was no change, it did not deploy anything. So yeah, that's how I pack my Lambda function, zip that. Also ensure my infra is, since I've deployed it previously, there was no change. That's why there is nothing deployed in terms of infra. And yeah, that push the code here. Okay, let me close this. In order to test this, okay, before that, I think I said I'll come back. How did I generate? If I can open Postman, it'll be much more easier. How did I generate the author um, first and then the header? Because this was something tricky to generate. Not tricky, I would say. First, after reading the documentation, I understood that we have something called linkedin.com/developers and the linkedin.com/developers. Under this developer, I have created my app called AI Auto Generate Lambda. In this AI Auto Generate Lambda, I could not do it just for my personal, for me as a person. Rather, I should register a company, right? Like I have to have a registered company on LinkedIn. So I just went ahead. I created, I just created a company, Arc2Let, which is my Instagram profile as well. In this Arc2Let, I just add a couple of information that it is my service and just IT consulting, so on and so forth. And the company size is just me. I didn't wanted to say that, but let's say 2 to 10 employees. And this is just a simple company page that I've created on the LinkedIn. So once you create the company page, coming back, once you create the company page, you can add that, and then nothing fancy here. In the auth is where you need to be you need to generate the auth token, right? So here is where I have generated the auth token. As well, there is one thing that you need to ensure for the OAuth 2.0 scope. You need to ensure that certain values have been enabled while generating this token, huh? So just to tell you, I've taken the screenshots. So once you create an app, you get the company that you want to register, which I already explained. And this is how you register a company, that you say, let's say Arc to Let company name. I don't have, so how do you want to start the URL of your company, right? Like linkedin.com/company slash arctolet, right? This is how I wanted to start with. That's why this info. I don't have a website, so it was not a mandatory field. The IT service company, what is the tagline and all that I have created. And for the OAuth token, which is what I was trying to explain, going back here, for the OAuth token, just ensure that when you select your app, when you select the OAuth flow, just ensure that you select the scope of OpenID and then followed by profile and then followed by W underscore member underscore social and then email as well. So all this information, and then you click on the request access token. And once you click the request access token, then you get the 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 access token. This access token is what I have been using here in my header as well, in even inside my code, which I have shared it, or I have stored it, sorry, which I have stored it in my AWS secret. Let me close this. Which I've stored it even in my AWS secret value as well, right? The key and the value as well. So coming back here, yeah. So I have told you what are the scopes that you need to enable for, and once you enable those scope, ensure that what you need to select on products. So previously in the available products, there are so many things, but you request the access for the share on LinkedIn as well as sign in with LinkedIn using OpenID Connect. So when you see this OpenID Connect is what you would ensure that you select the scope of your OpenID, the profile, W member, and the email. So you need to add these two products for your app, right? And also share on LinkedIn is basically you're ensuring that whenever you're posting something, so this is the doc which it shares that what kind of post URL you can do. So how you can programmatically access LinkedIn, right? That's what it says, that what is the URL, what is the body, what kind of text message that you can prompt to. So yeah, share on LinkedIn is what programmatically it enables that you can engage or you can create your content programmatically and publish it to LinkedIn. Similarly, this OpenID is for your OAuth part, the OAuth token, the access token that you wanted to have. Analytics is where how I've been playing with this. Team member, I'm the only team member there, so nothing fancy. So the products I've explained just now. Yeah, it'll ask you to verify and confirm your app. You will click the confirm button. But overall, this is what is needed for the linkedin.com/developers. You create your app, your custom app name, you enable the OAuth token, ensure the scopes are um, same as OpenID, profile, W underscore member, and social and email. As well for the products, ensure you add the two products, share on LinkedIn and sign in with LinkedIn using OpenID Connect. So if your app is done, first when you first you have created a company. Using that company, you have registered inside this app, inside the LinkedIn developer app. Now you're a free bird. Like you can start hitting via Postman, creating the content via Postman. That means I can just write hello world or um, accessing LinkedIn from the Postman. Let's say that, right? Like, and it has posted that. If I go to not my company page, it has posted onto my user page. So if I go here, if I go to the post, show all, you see, accessing LinkedIn from the postman, which I have just wrote and I have just posted. I'll delete it because it's very weird that people are watching my LinkedIn post and they see that, wow, this is what is this guy doing, right? Okay. Coming back, coming back to the functionality, coming back to the overall code. So yeah, this is what I have deployed to. So let's quickly run because right now it's 10:03 p.m. in India time. So I need to wait for next 11 a.m. that it auto triggers. But I just want to test it. What will I do? I can go to the test command under in the AWS Lambda. I can just create a test event. Under test event, I'll create, maybe I can edit or create a new event. I would ensure that I have selected the asynchronous invocation type. Randomly I've given hello, and I have given a key value. Just it doesn't really matter because end of the day, whatever the event or the context it is, I'm not using those variables, right? Like you see, this is um, not in dark, it is light, because I'm not using those variables. I'm just doing my own functionality. So even though whatever the JSON it is, doesn't really matter. And then I click test. So once I click test, what it does, so that means the Lambda is invoked. Once the Lambda is invoked, it would say, it will go to the AWS LLM model. So here, as I said, I have used Haiku. So for the Haiku, it will go and give this as a prompt stating that, hey, you are a professional LinkedIn content creator specialization in AI industry. Your task is to compose blah blah blah. So it gives as a prompt. So maybe I'll quickly say. So let's go to AWS Amazon Bedrock. I have just given this. So it gives something like this, huh? And then it runs this prompt. And every time it runs, it generates a new AI information. This haiku, the Claude 3. From the Claude 3, it generates the haiku model generates a new response. Once I get this response, once I get this response from my LLM model, the haiku 3 model, I ensure I also have the secret. I would post it to LinkedIn, right? That was the whole idea. That was the whole idea, that I wanted to post it to the LinkedIn. So going back here, I want to hit test. So now I have hit test, quickly checking my logs. It got trigger 22:05:36. Yeah, it got trigger. I would not open my console. Let's see. I was just playing around. You see, it got trigger now. And when I open this, today's AI news. Groundbreaking language model expanding human AI collaboration. Artificial intelligence has reached a new milestone with the release of high-level advanced language model that promises to blah blah blah. It gives the title, it gives the complete context, it this is the conclusion and with the hashtags, right? So this is what has been generated right now, just at a click of uh, programmatically. If I click again, it would, I think it will not generate the same news, but rather it should regenerate, or it should generate a new news. Let me refresh. This is 1 minute ago. This is the old news. Okay, so there is another news. This is regarding the AI chat bot revolutionizing the customer service. The previously was the previous one was the 1 minute ago was groundbreaking language model expands human AI collaboration. You see, every time it generates a new AI news that is happening, and with a specific text that I have hard coded, and then random AI news, well equipped with my template, which I have given here, and then followed by the hashtag so that I get a better reach. And yeah, this is scheduled every 11 a.m. Every 11 a.m. IST that the AWS Lambda would be trigger at every 11 a.m. I would be posting on the LinkedIn, even though I'm offline, even though I'm on the vacation. Every 11 a.m. there would be a post on LinkedIn so that people are so that people know that it's it's been engaged. Sorry, why am I here? So people are aware that Tejas is trying to post on LinkedIn, which is not so true. It is my uh, it is my complete system that is posting it. Thanks to the Claude, who is the smart brain out there, and my Lambda, who is trying to bring the things together and trying to post it to the LinkedIn. That's it, guys. Thank you. Thank you for watching the complete tutorial. Have a good day.